Welcome back to another camera channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the SYNCO XView M4. If you shoot videos on your iPhone or Android cell phone, you know that the camera that faces you while you look at the screen is not the best quality. In fact, all the best cameras on your phone are located on the back. And that causes a dilemma. How can you shoot yourself in the highest quality and still look at what you're shooting? Well, Synco have come up with an idea which is pretty ingenious, which is a MagSafe clip-on monitor for your phone. And I think this is a very useful product, but not maybe in the exact ways that you're thinking. So of course, the obvious one is just connecting it onto the back of your phone using MagSafe and being able to look at yourself while you shoot. However, there are other ways that you can use this product, and I'm demonstrating it right now. I have an iPhone connected above me, and as you can see, I have a nice top-down view. So if I was a tech YouTuber, I suppose I am a tech YouTuber in a way, but if I needed a top-down angle and I didn't have a second camera, well, I can use the XView right here to monitor what is going on while I'm shooting with a phone. So I can make sure that I've lined everything up properly in the middle of the frame while I'm shooting, stuff like that. It's very, very useful. As you can see, this is not connected to the phone at all. It's actually very, very wireless. And what I think is really cool is this is essentially just an AirPlay device. And that means it doesn't just work with phones. You can connect your iPad to this. You can connect your MacBook to this. What's also cool is it also outputs sound. So if I click the sound button on the side here, you can hear an echo of the sound going from my mouth, obviously, to the phone, to the screen. There's a little bit of delay, but nothing too substantial. So I'll just mute that right now. I have here a black version and a white version. There are also blue and pink versions available. And it is a 3.94 inch screen. So like a super high quality screen by any means. It definitely doesn't beat the screen that you already have on your mobile device. However, it is good enough to view. So obviously we have our screen on the front, and on the back we have the MagSafe connector with the Synco branding there. On the bottom, we have where the speaker is, the USB-C charging port, and the on-off switch. And then here are the physical buttons that we're going to need to use the device. So we have 4 buttons, which are the trigger button and also the aspect ratio button, the flip and rotate button, the increase volume and increase brightness button, and also the decrease volume and decrease brightness button. So the first function is controlled by a short press, and the second function listed is controlled by a long press. So there's quite nice features on here, of course. I'm going to show you how easy it is to connect because it is essentially just an AirPlay device. All you need to do is turn on the device itself, and after about 3 seconds, it's going to give you an SSID, and that'll be the name it displays publicly as an AirPlay device. So it says Synco B6080F_P2P, and there's also a pin number there, which is 1234. You don't really need the pin number, but it may ask you, so just keep that in mind. So all we need to do is pull down on the right hand side and then click on screen sharing, and it's going to show us what we can connect to. So right now we have one of our MacBook Pros, an Apple TV, and then the 2 Synco devices that we have turned on at the moment. And we have our one which is doing our overhead camera, obviously. And then we have our second one here. So I'm looking for ATF, so B6080F_P2P. So if I click on that one, and it will take a couple of seconds. And there we go, it has connected. So if I just exit out of here, and you can see that there is very minimal delay between the phone and the screen, which is awesome. If you want to enable the Bluetooth function, what you need to do is head to Bluetooth and find the device, Photo 1A, this one. So if we head over to the camera app, and it works in video as well, so I can start a recording. So what you can do is you could put your phone somewhere, walk away from it, and then you can look on your XView screen to check your framing and then start your recording. It has a stated range of like 50 meters or something like that, so you could get pretty far away from the camera. This is perfect for families as well, not just content creators. If you go on a holiday or something and you want to put your phone somewhere and take a group photo, but you're not quite sure if you're going to get the framing right, just take the screen and you can check right there. So very, very cool. And speaking of families, if you wanted a child-safe kind of screen, you could play YouTube videos on your phone and then pass them this tiny screen, which they cannot control because it is not a touchscreen. I say child safe, I mean just instead of just handing them an iPhone, you could hand them this little screen. And I'm thinking maybe even another way that you could use this is let's say you're on a plane and you both want to watch the same movie and you can share Bluetooth headphones, is you could just, one person gets a bigger screen and the other person can enjoy the movie on a smaller screen beside you without having to huddle around one screen for the entire flight. Which I guess can lead on to battery life. You're going to get 3 hours of working time with a full charge, and it takes 2.5 hours to charge up the device itself. And of course, that is over USB-C. And here is the packaging it comes in. So inside, what you get, we open this up, you're going to get a manual showing the basic functions here. Like I said, there's a few buttons on there and stuff. It's not really difficult to work out how to use this straight out of the bat. You get another reminder that the default pin is 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't found a way that you can change that, so you're stuck with 1, 2, 3, 4 anyway. And then you get the device itself, which will come with a screen protector. And underneath that, you're going to get a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. If you don't already have a MagSafe case, they do include a adhesive MagSafe little magnet that you can connect on yourself onto your own phone. So if we hold down the first button here, that will change the aspect ratio there. So you can see it kind of zooms in to kind of fill the screen with the phone's image. But to see the full screen, you need to have it in this view like this. And of course, a short press is a trigger button. Let's take a picture. The second button down, if I long press there, that should flip the image up and down like this. And a short press just flips it from side to side. And then I think this is maximum brightness, so we'll use the brightness down button first. So that is low brightness, and that is high brightness. And then of course you have the volume controls, up and down. And I don't think there's much else to say really. I just think it's a good product. That simple as that. It's really easy for me to see what I'm looking at and what I look like on the phone. So if I flip this round, as you can see, I'm kind of flipped there. So if I give it a little thing, there we go. I'll give it a little click there and I'm back to normal. Yeah, this is going to change people's lives, I think, if you are someone who films with a phone and you want to get the best quality, because there is a huge difference between the selfie camera and the nice cameras on the back. So you can now enjoy filming yourself in your daily life or your family in just higher quality than you had before. So if you're interested in this product, you can go check out the links in the description. At such a cheap price, it's pretty much a steal, for a very small monitor like this. If it was closer to Christmas, I'd say this would be a perfect Christmas present for so many people because everyone has a phone and a percentage of those people would really love a product like this. If you've enjoyed this video on the SYNCO XView M4, please give this video a like, subscribe for more content just like this, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.